I'm Brendon Darby, and I'm a painter and a musician. I've been painting for, well, forever really. I'm not prepared to divulge exactly how long that is, but all of my life. And music has been running parallel with that. I felt he was the perfect vehicle to show some unity between Australia and India, because shortly before the painting happened, we had some terrible incidents in Australia of Indian students being beaten. I abhor violence or racism of any kind, and so does Adam. And as he is loved in Australia, he is loved in India, and it seemed to me that he would be the perfect vehicle to show some unity and support for both nations. And I felt the best way to do that was for him to be holding a combination of the Australian flag and the Indian flag with an attitude that is strong, defiant, but also accommodating and generous. Putting an Indian flag behind him on the wall in isolation, I felt perhaps isolated the Australian contingent, and the reverse was true. So the idea came to me that I can make one flag of the two flags and have it joined behind his neck. It's the best solution I could come up with. I hope it works for everyone, but it seemed a way, an even-handed way around the problem. The problems West Australian artists have had, and particularly portrait painters. I'm a landscape painter and a portrait painter, so it hasn't really affected me that much, but the only showcase for portrait work in a big way was the Archibald Prize, which traditionally has been known as the Sydney Club. I'm happy to say that that's no longer the case, and that artists are well represented from all over Australia, and indeed we have had winners from all over Australia. Not from Perth yet, but it's only a matter of time. So I think the beauty of the Black Swan Prize in that regard was a lot of really good work was going over to the east, and often not being hung there and brought back to Perth, and not being seen in Perth either. And inevitably a lot of these portraits were of identities in Perth, well-known people that really should be seen in Perth. So to have its own portrait prize now, where we're not paying the nullarbor tax, the cost of freight and return, I think not only benefits West Australian artists, but it benefits West Australians, because now they can see their artists' work here on home turf. I think the Youth Prize, in conjunction with the Portrait Prize, is a very positive move, because a lot of young artists, I know when I was young, and that was a fair while ago, really battled to find a path, a career path, particularly in the fine arts. My parents encouraged me into graphic arts because there really wasn't a career available in the fine arts, so that's where I started. But in this case, for Artrinsic to have a very defined path for these young artists to be exhibiting alongside professional artists, I think it sets forward very clearly for them a path, and they can see a direction, and they can see the rewards that are potentially at the end of their hard work. I think it's a great initiative.